Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Shadow Dragon Saga Extreme Z Awakenings. Now, because there are so many sub-EZAs out at once, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of go through them. Generally speaking, I don't do this, but like I said, because it literally feels like there are so many at once, we have 10 EZAs right now if you include Super EZAs. I really thought it would be a cool idea to go through this batch of sub-EZAs and, kind of talk about it. Obviously, if you think this video is great, give it a like and let me know if you want more of these in future. So we have 6 EZAs. We have Physical Pan, Strength Trunks, AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Strength Super Saiyan 3 Goku Giant Ape, Int Super Baby 2, and we have TEQ Syn Shenron. All 6 of these are sub-EZAs, so they don't have their own EZA batch, they don't have their own Extreme Z battle, they don't have their own anything. They are simply all sub-EZAs. So this is fine. It's not the end of the world. For me, it's okay because they were never going to be their own EZAs. But to keep track of what you need to do for all of these is pretty difficult because there's so many medals to earn, there's so much to do. And I think you pretty much want all of these units, even just from a nuking perspective, because a lot of them are nuking leads. Having that extra percentage really matters. So you're going to want to EZA every single one of these units, which can feel overwhelming, but let's talk about realistically what we can do with them. Now, in terms of the units themselves, I think what is super important to understand is that all of them have medals that are shared. So, for example, Pan, Goku Giant Ape, Strength, and AGL all share the medals from the Goku event, whereas Super Saiyan Trunks GT and Baby share the medals from the Vegeta event. And then, if you look at the Syn Shenron, he shares medals from the Omega Shenron event. So obviously there are quite a few units that kind of share the same event. So Destined Rivals Saga 3, that will cover 5 of these units. And the Syn Shenron, that one will cover the final batch, the last unit, Syn Shenron. So obviously this is, I would say pretty necessary. All of these units are really, really good, and usually how you get these medals is you would redo the stages. So you get bronze from stage 10, silver from stage 20, gold from stage 25, and you get rainbow from stage 30. Obviously, you can still do this, and if you're not during the campaign period, if you didn't do this during the, campaign, the Global Dokkan Campaign, then unfortunately that's your only option, is to redo all those stages. However, if you are doing it now, you have the special Extreme Z Dokkan stage. This is great. Why this is great is simple, because quite frankly, this gives you a whole bunch of the medals. So this one is really, really cool. This one lets you get all of the medals very, very easily, and honestly, it's super duper simple. So I think what's really great about this one is that these medals can be earned from missions by just repeating stage 30. So you can grab yourself a ton of these medals, which I think is really, really awesome. All of these are very easy to get as well. So what you have to do is repeat the stage 30 for the Destined Rivals Saga, and you've got to beat it. You've got to beat it with the super type team, so 6 super units of each type, and extreme type team with 6 units of each type. And then you've got to beat it within a certain time limit. 1 minute 1 minute 8 seconds for the Destined Rivals, and 1 minute 32, I think, for the Syn Shenron. I'll be showing you teams that will achieve all of this now. So I'll show you teams that will complete those missions for you, obviously provided you do them on stage 30. And you'll say, oh, but why are there rainbow medals missing? Well, that's because you are going to earn those medals from the actual stage itself. So by doing stage 30 of Omega Shenron, for example, you will get those medals. whereas if you are doing stage 31 and that, you won't get those medals. So here are the teams. We'll go through Destined Rivals Saga first. This will obviously be the extreme team. Then we'll go through the super team. The effective category for this is artificial life forms, which makes the extreme side obviously fairly easily, but makes the non-extreme side pretty difficult. For the non-extreme side, just use the strongest team you have, essentially, and then you'll be pretty good to go. I think that'll kind of cover it. Now, in terms of just general stuff, I think what's super important to take note of when you look at these things is obviously the time. So make sure your animations are off, and sometimes you may get unlucky. You may need to have certain rotations, like for a lot of the extreme challenges, for example, I need to have Buhan or Cell, the super easy aid ones, in my first turn. That generally makes it a lot easier to summon and do things with. So if I have those, then it's pretty easy, whereas if I don't have them, then obviously it makes it more difficult. So that is something. All in all, pretty straightforward. Again, when we look at the super team, it's the same thing. So the super team, sometimes you can get really lucky, get GTSs for Goku, for example, directly on your units, and I think that's great. That's lovely. You get them first turn, and then everything goes by super smoothly, and you have no problems, and that's awesome. Otherwise, then you're struggling. Then you're really, really, really struggling. So it's just one of those things whereby you are in the unfortunate zone of, with some of these challenges, specifically needing exactly a certain character to make it. Exactly a certain character to be on turn 1 to make the time limit. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes in the extreme ones, for example, you don't need that. You can just have the units do their thing, connect, everything's fine. And then on the other hand, you need exactly the right rotation in turn 1. So it's just one of those things. I think for me personally, I wouldn't really measure anything against it. I think most players should find it more than fine. I think ultimately at the end of the day, you'll be able to get it within 1 or 2 runs, which you need to do anyway half the time. You need to obviously focus and do things. So I don't find it to be that big an issue, at least for me personally, and so I wouldn't really necessarily get too caught up on I need to make sure that I absolutely need to have this rotation. You'll get it down, and it's fine if you have a couple rainbow medals over. It's mainly to save on all of the grinding before that, the making sure that I have X unit and X. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these guys do not have farmable super attacks, so you are going to need to pretty much use Kais on the majority of these guys. Syn Shenron and some of the Gokus, you can Dokkan Awaken some of the summonable units you get on friend summons and things to give yourself some decent farm, some fodder with super attacks, but honestly, wouldn't really be my top suggestion. It's just not really worth it to kind of go down that route. Just use Kais on the ones you find most necessary. For me, it's definitely Syn Shenron and Baby. The GT Bosses team 100% needs them, especially Syn Shenron. He's amazing. I think a lot of people underestimated him. I think he's really good. Obviously, he has his caveats like most units, but I think he's really cool, and I think he does a great job. So yeah, most of these units need their super attacks to be farmed, but I think overall most players will find that these are some really top-notch units, and I think honestly, well worth the effort. So definitely invest in them. Go and get your, go and grab your Kais. Go and grab your Kais for them. Invest in them. Try and fill out that GT Heroes team. I think Pan's really good. I think the Trunks is okay. I think Pan's honestly probably the best, just based on the fact that the Gokus have limited usability because of how their passives and leader skills work. But honestly, I think I personally think all these EZAs look pretty cool, and you need them now to fill out these rosters. I think they help a bunch, and so it's definitely worth the investment. There's anniversary coins. There's plenty of ways to get Kais, so definitely give it a try. and I think you'll be good to go. So that's just my suggestion. But either way, yeah, like I say, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It's always greatly appreciated. And I hope you enjoyed this style of video. It's something a bit different for me, and I hope it gives you something a little bit different to kind of chew on and get involved with. Yeah, so that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any more questions, queries, anything like that, let me know, and bye.